Caitlin Elizabeth Clark, a name worth remembering. The phenom of women's basketball mesmerized fans in college and was taken #1 overall. Now she's welcomed with open arms into the WNBA.
With the first pick,
Ball Facts.
the Indiana Fever selects Caitlin Clark, University of
It was no surprise that the initial publicized reaction was sheer enthusiasm.
And like it's super special and super fun for my family to be there and enjoy that with me. And I think I told my mom this, like I earned it, like I earned this moment, I worked for it. And like, draft night only happens once, so soaking that in with all of them and enjoying it was super special. And, having them to celebrate that with me, because I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for all of them.
The WNBA was now getting a much needed boost in interest.
All right, hey!
I feel like I definitely feel the love, and honestly, I feel like I'm just really grateful to be coming to a place that like wants women's basketball to be so amazing and continue to support it and to elevate it.
With an amazing skill set worthy of the attention, she's optimistic and excited about being the one to elevate the entire sport. But not everyone shares her sentiment.
What do you think about the integration of Caitlin and those newer players coming into the league?
Yeah, I mean, it's, our league's now almost 30 years old, so it's nothing new under the sun. I plead the fifth.
Caitlin Clark is bringing this money because she's white, because she's attractive.
Yes, it helps that she's white, straight in from Iowa. Caitlin Clark's whiteness and the fact that she's straight plays a role in her popularity.
Team USA looks at the roster and they have experience, but they also don't want the distraction that comes.
People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas. Like it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game.
You are right, new fans. There has never been more viewership because of Caitlin Clark. There's never been more attention. But you know what there was in the WNBA last year and the years prior? There was other storylines. There was joy. There was talk of competition. There was talk of what was actually happening on the court. And all there is right now is a culture war. It is a them versus you, a you versus them. There is othering. It is gross. It is not fun. It is not engaging.
Some think the Caitlin Clark effect takes away from the game, and other critics think she's nothing special. But her fans, the droves of them, have a completely different outlook. They only see her elevating the game. The more her critics and haters increase, so do the ticket sales and so do the fans.
Clark able to clear for Indiana. Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here, handling the physicality of Benijah Laney.
From the handle to the shot, everyone's waiting to see what Caitlin's got.
Clark connects on a deep three. Going back and thought about pulling up from three. Will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first.
What she did in college, she's doing in the league.
Gets a look and hits.
But then on the offensive end.
Connecticut, an early 9-point lead. Clark a three. Second three of the quarter for Caitlin Clark.
I think it's just the style of basketball that I play, but also I think people love the fire and the emotion that I have and the smile I always have on my face. To be honest, I don't get nervous for games because I just know this is fun for me.
Over Horston, hits a three. Clark, step back three, knocks it down. Take a look here at a career first.
The step back going right, I may add. It's usually step back going left.
She doesn't shy away from the competition one bit, welcoming the physicality of the league.
Yeah, I think it still does surprise me that people get a little distraught about women being competitive and getting into little arguments on the court or having a little trash talk, and that's how it should be. I think more than anything, it's surprising you guys didn't know this is how women's sports are played. Come on.
And although there has been some cheap shots, she hasn't complained.
You're gonna get hit, you're gonna get bumped. People are gonna defend you hard when you're dribbling the ball up the court, and I think just getting used to that physicality of the game will probably be one of the biggest things for myself to overcome. I think as my career kind of unfolds, just getting physically stronger and, being able to hold my own.
Preparing to not only stand up to the other players in the WNBA, she's prepared to share the spoils of her popularity with them.
At this point of my career and across the WNBA, it is what it is. I'm sure certainly everybody would say that they would love to be flying charter all the time. You know, there's going to be a lot of security traveling with us. There will be certain plans of, you know, how we're going to navigate going throughout airports and things like that. And, you know, it's not just for us, it's for everybody in the WNBA. So I think it's going to, you know, cause some problems, maybe because the popularity of our league is continuing to grow and, you know, having to, you know, navigate travel with that. But at the same time, it's, you know, that's a positive thing too. Like, you want people to be excited about our games.
Look from three. She got it. The first three. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Look at Wheeler staring to the
Since her arrival, attendance and amazing plays are up.
Through the lane, reverses it in, and beats the shot clock. Just no space. Connecticut everywhere. Here's Clark with Banham guarding her. Clark gets bumped, will take, and hit from three.
Basketball-wise, like, everybody knows what I'm pretty good at. Like, I love offense. Coach Bluder loves offense. Like, that's what I thrived on my entire college career. But I love making people around me better. Like, I think that's something that I bring, is just a winning mentality.
The fever. Oh, that Finlay are tied right now. Clark to Samuelson, and there is, believe it or
Clark bounce pass. There's Boston.
Samuelson at the 4.
Clark bounce pass it. Smith again.
The other because of her experience and maturity.
Nice look from Clark, and Clark trying to wheel into some space. Gives it up. Back Finlay lays it in.
Caitlin Clark is a team player. One for all and all for one. But the question is, what about the rest of the women in the league?
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions. I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough. We're good.
She's good.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just like, just respond, calm down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense. And I feel like that's kind of what we did, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
For decades, women have been waiting for this sport to be saved from low ratings, low ticket sales, and low interest. It looks like the savior they were waiting for just showed up. But she wasn't what they expected. Maybe the savior they were waiting for wasn't supposed to be loved by so many so early. Like Christ in Israel, Caitlin Clark stands in front of the WNBA. The question is, will they support her and the benefits that she brings, or will they crucify her publicly? In the media, on the court. They actually already are. But at BallFacts, there will be no such thing.
When people use your name for racism, misogyny, whatever, what is your response to that specifically?
Everybody in our world, you know, deserves the same amount of respect. The women on our league deserve the same amount of respect. So people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. You know, it's not acceptable. But yeah, I mean, this league is a league I grew up admiring and wanting to be a part of. Like, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. So just treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think, is just a basic human thing that everybody should do. Like, you know, just be a kind person and treat them, you know, how you would want to be treated. And I think it's, you know, very simple.